Hello, all you awesome people. Welcome back to Geek Viz, the channel. I keep getting ready to say Geek Viz Entertainment, even though it's been so damn long. But welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, as always, Geek Viz Hoove, and we are back yet again with our final news drop of the week as we cover our video game news stories from the end of March and the start of April. If you haven't already, feel free to check out our TV and movie news drops that dropped at the beginning of the week. TV dropped on Wednesday, the movies dropped on Monday. Of course, it is currently Sunday, April 12th. That is when we are recording all three of these videos. So if any news stories come out, any big scandals or any big releases or trailers or anything of that nature came out after today, after the evening of March 12th, that's why I'm not talking about it, because it ain't happened yet. And if it did happen, then hey, let me know some of the news I might have missed. Let me know in the comments below. You know, get that engagement bait up. Anywho, here we are at our final news story of the week. So let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to be talking about here today. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about, we got a big update for the heist game Thieves. They kind of had a change. Speaking of that, we also got to talk about some back-to-back Naughty Dog news, some rumblings about a potential another Uncharted, and also we got to get an update on The Last of Us Online. CD Projekt Red just dropped a big update for Cyberpunk 2077. We have a passing of a legend, an OG in the gaming community. We got some news on what Marathon's budget was. We also had a surprise drop from a Borderlands game. Speaking of new releases, also we're going to be talking about what the creative director is talking about for the newest release of Samson. We got our first little news story, first talks about Quantic Dream's Star Wars Eclipse. Big update happened over at Rockstar, surprisingly. Then we got some news on what the future is for Call of Duty on the Game Pass. And finally, we got an update on that failed MMO Ashes of Creation. So that's everything we're going to be talking about here on this edition of News Drop. So let's go ahead and transition into the news. Also, y'all, guess what? My dumbass has finally discovered the stretch to screen option on OBS for this video. So I don't know if it's been a problem for y'all. It's always been a problem for me. The bars at the top and the bottom of the screen. It's been a thing for me. I don't know why it's taking me so long, but yes, I just discovered that function. So now the news stories are in full screen as opposed to a fucking too goddamn cinematic. But anyway, let's talk about this. Thieves, the immersive heist sim, abandons PvE to focus only on single player and co-op. When Thieves, the upcoming stealth game led by Deus Ex and Thief director Warren Spector, was first revealed, it was billed as an asymmetrical immersive sim that featured PvE gameplay. However, developer Otherside has announced it's abandoning that approach and is redesigning the game to focus squarely on single and co-op. Thieves was first announced during the Game Awards of 2024 and is set in the Scottish city of Kilcairn during an alternative version of the 1910s where magic and technology coexist. In the original pitch for the game, players attempted to pull off heists by exploring the city to track down clues, observe character behaviors, and use technology and magic to infiltrate guarded areas while outsmarting three human-controlled thieves pursuing the same goals. Similar to games like Deus Ex and Designer, Thieves is a diversive sim allowing players to manipulate its mechanics for creative problem solving and could also be played solo, in co-op, or in asymmetrical multiplayer. You can watch the game's most recent showcase from the Day of the Dead below, which I can't because it's cookies, it's fucking Game Informer. But in a Steam post, Otherside writes, as this development progressed on Thieves, we found that we were having more fun with solo and co-op play. So we've taken the decision we feel is right for the game. Thieves is now focused on two-player co-op and single-player. Otherside states this change in direction allows them to double down on Thieves' dynamic stealth gameplay. We're already seeing how this has strengthened the moment-to-moment action, whether you're playing solo or... Thank you. Whether you're playing solo or with a partner in co-op. Other side writes, we've had some fantastic moments while testing the game. Now we're pulling all our energy into making things even better as we build up to launch. The team does not touch on whether this change will affect the timing of release for Thieves, which is slated to launch later this year, PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. The game's getting a new trailer as part of the Triple I Initiative, a recurring indie showcase. We got a bunch of trailers for that too. Actually, you know what? Now that we're talking about it, I'm gonna see if I can find. Since we talked about it, let's see if I can find. If I could find that. 3 days ago. Let's add it on there. So the good thing about the game stuff is that I can continuously add trailers because game trailers are so very short. So there you go, they changed, and I think there's a release date was announced in this trailer as well. So we'll find out when we get to the trailer section. So there you go, they swapped. It's no longer PvE. Instead, it's now just single player and co-op. I'm not gonna lie, for me to not be a multiplayer fan at all, this original idea actually sounded pretty cool. Like you and three other players all sort of traversing this world, finding clues, using stealth to find to compete against one another to pull off a heist in your own time frames, collecting clues, gathering up a plan. I think that sounds pretty cool. So I wonder what the inherent issue was. Like, why was it that when you had more than two people, the game kind of felt less? Or even what they're saying is actually true. Maybe it was just an issue of like shit just kind of wasn't working mechanically with all that. So it's like it's actually easier with just one or two people. So there you go. All right, we got some back-to-back Naughty Dog stories here. We got a double tab here. So don't worry about your vision. Your eyes are just fine. I just have it like this. So basically, it's just because one basically bled into the other. So we started off with this story here. Uncharted dev seemingly teases a new project for the franchise. Around May of last year, Neil Druckmann revealed that Naughty Dog was working on another game, a part of their upcoming title, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. However, Druckmann also stated that he is in more of a producer role for this one. Now fans think this other game could be a new title in the Uncharted series. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy's director, Sean Iskiak, I'm just calling him Sean, recently shared an intriguing image on Instagram, sparking speculation among franchise fans. The image depicts a cannon overlooking a beachfront city from a cliff, accompanied by the caption, "Research." Given the location of the image, fans in the comments have begun speculating that Sean may be researching a potential new setting for an upcoming Uncharted title. However, nothing has been officially confirmed as of yet. It's been a very long time since the community received the new Uncharted game. The last was Uncharted Lost Legacy in 2017. The last mainline title was 4, Thieves, that was released almost a decade ago now. Since then, we have received the PS5 and PC remasters for both titles through the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. However, fans are now yearning for a new experience in the franchise. And then we got this news story, which came out a couple days later. A recent claim indicates that Uncharted fans may be making a comeback. The series has been a staple of the PlayStation for nearly 2 decades, with the last release being Lost Legacy. Talking about that. In 2025, Naughty Dog announced that the studio was working on another game apart from the Intergalactic. Now on social media, a claim from Alexandre InGamer states that Naughty Dog is developing a new Uncharted alongside Intergalactic. This claim has not been confirmed by Insider Games as of yet. But this guy just came out. They're talking about this. Naughty Dog has been developing a second alongside Intergalactic. Do you think it could be Uncharted? And this guy says yes, it is indeed an Uncharted game. Then we just talk about this. Uncharted Lost Legacy Sean recently teased a new project. This is what we're talking about here. More importantly, there's a state of the play happening on April 16th. Son of a bitch. There's a state of the play this fucking Thursday. Okay, great. Let's just open that so we can get some news on that one. Well, I guess I'll be doing a singular reactionary video to this state of the play here. So yeah, so basically this combined with the whole thing for here, there is now a bit more of a there's a stronger thought process, bigger rumors that we might be getting a new Uncharted game. My question is, do we need another Uncharted game? Lost Legacy was very cool. It was a chance to, play and see more of characters involved in the Uncharted world that weren't Nate Drake or Sully or I forget the girl's name. It starts with an E. I know that. As you play with Chloe, Nadine, and we got a little bit of Sam in there too. I feel like Uncharted 4 was like a great ending for the franchise. So I'm be honest with you, I don't think we need more Uncharted. And this whole thing, like, if we get it, are we getting more fucking Nathan? I feel like Nathan's story is done. I feel like we could just retire old Nate. There was a little bit of I guess you could say a tease that we could be playing as his daughter, because that's who we played with at the very end of Uncharted 4. Of course, I'd argue that if we're just playing with his daughter, aren't we just fucking playing Tomb Raider at that point? I mean, that was one of the whole things, that it was Uncharted was just basically Tomb Raider with a guy, and then just fucking a video game version of Indiana Jones. So that was that whole thing. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really hungering for a brand new Uncharted game. I much prefer fucking Naughty Dog to give us a new fucking Jak and Daxter game. I would way more prefer they give us fucking that as opposed to another Uncharted. I will say, I get another Uncharted as opposed to another fucking Last of Us. I'll tell you that much right now. But yeah, I mean, me personally, I'm not really checking for another Uncharted. I feel like it's run its course. Especially now we got the news. Especially now with Amazon and I think it's still Crystal Dynamics, sort of rebooting the Tomb Raider franchise. Yeah, but I don't know. And then, of course, Indiana Jones actually did finally have a game, and from what I hear, it was actually pretty damn good. So I'm like, do we need more? Granted, I think because of the recency bias and because the games are good, I will never deny that they are good games. Nathan Drake probably is generally a more popular character at this point than the two I mentioned before, but they the OGs. But yeah, so I ain't really checking for that. Let's see. This is the state of play. Make the Hate to provide an update on when players can expect the state of the play. PlayStation State of the Play representatives at Sony's equivalent to Nintendo Directs. So, since this is gaining unexpected attention and traction, I'll share the unconfirmed date I've heard from the next potential State of the Play, April 16th. So they're saying one could happen this Thursday. It is Sunday, so I'd expect maybe if it is, it's probably going to be officially announced tomorrow on Monday. At the most recent State of the Play, players received news on Marvel Token, Castlevania, even Shadow dropped that God of War game. The Marvel fighting game is slated to release in August. Sorrow's coming out shortly after. Wolverine. They is a reliable leaker. As reports reiterate, it's not official. This is just rumors. Take it with a grain of salt. But they're saying Nathan Hate is a reputable source. He is a reputable leaker. But there you go. Speaking of The Last of Us, The Last of Us Online dev says it was around 80% complete before its soul-crushing cancellation. So the game director sat around for an interview when he talked about his career and the soul-crushing cancellation. It's been just under 3 years since Naughty Dog announced it was canceling a planned Last of Us multiplayer game in order to redirect resources to its signature single-player narrative games, including the upcoming Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. From the sound of it, the multiplayer game was in the late stages of development when the studio pulled the plug. Vinit Agarwal, the director of the project, who has since left Naughty Dog and moved to Japan, founded a new studio, sat down for a lengthy interview with Lance Ely to talk about his life and career. When the topic of The Last of Us came up, he revealed that the game was around 80% complete before it was canceled. So if you're interested in this is the interview. It's called From Naughty Dog to Tokyo on the Lance Ely podcast. Agarwal also gave some insights into Sony's misguided live service pivot, which he says the company started pushing around 2020 at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, as online games became a way for people to connect with their friends while quarantined in their homes. As restrictions loosened in the years that followed, people aren't playing online games as much as they were, and as such, all the investment into forever games was pulled back. The combination of that and the weighing of Naughty Dog's internal resources led to the cancellation. So this is the quote. Basically, at one point, a decision was what had to be made. Okay, make this game or make the next game that Neil Druckmann was directing. The president of the company, he was the president of the company. And so, kind of naturally, you can understand what happened there. They had to pick the game that was kind of the bread and butter of the studio rather than this experimental game I was just working on that I believe is going to be really big. But unfortunately, couldn't see the light of day. That was a devastating moment for me because I spent 7 years working on that game and it was soul crushing. I remember honestly finding out that it was getting canceled 24 hours before it was announced to the public. That's how I found out about the game getting canceled, and it was just unfortunate, and they had to do that because they had to control the messaging. For now, Naughty Dog is working on Intergalactic. Druckmann keeps teasing he may be doing more Last of Us. It's been 6 years since part 2, which is nearly as long as it's been between the first and second game. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the hypothetical part 3 until the 2030s on the PS6. Yeah, that fucking sucks. They canceled it 24 hours before they were going to be public. Like, if it's 80% done, like, nigga, just see it through. Just fucking finish it. Make a fucking return on investment. This is very much in the line of, like, fucking David Zaslav with WB. You got all these projects in the pipeline near the damn finish line, and you just fucking can them just for the hell of it. It's kind of whack. And especially for me, like, I'm not a multiplayer gamer, so like I probably wouldn't really mess with this too much anyway. But still, it'd been nice to have it out. And he said they had to pick between, like, this, what did he say, an experimental game? This experimental game I was working on. I don't even think that's experimental because the first Last of Us had the multiplayer in it. That's kind of, I feel like that's kind of what made it popular enough for them to even try to attempt to do a solo game for the online thing. And The Last of Us is a very recognizable property between the games and the shows at this point. I feel like it still would have did pretty well. Even if it's not like a forever game. That's a whole nother thing too. These forever games, they want to put out these games and have this shit keep the lights on and fill their fucking pockets for like the next 12 years. It's like, bro, everything can't be fucking Fortnite. You know what I mean? Everything can't be Rainbow Six Siege. Like, release the multiplayer, have motherfuckers play it, support that shit for like 2-3 years, and then just kind of, you know, and then just kind of wind out on it. You know what I mean? Like, just let it run its course. But said they want this shit to print money for like forever. But there you go. But I mean, yeah, it sucks. 7 years, 80% done. You're literally a day from revealing it. Just fucking see it through at that point. Like, what the fuck? Like, you got into the bathroom, you got into the stall, you locked the door, your pants is down, you know, fucking, you're working it out, it's halfway there, but instead you fucking hear somebody coming into the public bathroom, so like you're like, oh, well, I gotta get the fuck out of here now. Like, no, nigga, you got to see it through, my boy. You better drop that shit. All right, but yeah, but that fucking sucks. I've seen they didn't have it, but there was like more video of him talking, and you could kind of hear it in the way he talks. That like this actually was a devastating moment for him, which fucking sucks too. Like I said, I understand the equivalent to the, like I said, the David Zaslav shit, you know, Batgirl and that fucking School movie. These movies we'll never fucking see because these motherfuckers decided to can it when it was already nearly done. It's fucking stupid. Meanwhile, you got like fucking Ubisoft still trying to put out fucking Beyond Good and Evil for like 20 years, and it's like it's fucking crazy. All right, next up, Cyberpunk 2077 is about to get a big graph boost on the PS5 Pro. CD Projekt Red spent a long time turning Cyberpunk from a launch nightmare into one of the best games of the past decade, and it appears the developer isn't done yet. I agree. From a man who had to go through playing this shit on the base PS5, this motherfucker right here, baseline PS5 on launch, that shit was rough. Man, I hope I can find some time I could want to play through this shit on PC. On Thursday, CDPR plans to roll out a new update for the PS5. It's probably out by now. Yes, it was on the 7th. Roll out a new update for the PS5 version of the game, bringing enhanced PS5 Pro support to the game. Quote, we wanted to make the most of the PS5 Pro's cutting-edge technology by bringing 4K visuals, powered-up performance, advanced ray tracings, and more to the Cyberpunk 2077 experience, said Kuba Kanapik, Vice President and Global Art Director at CDPR, in a post to PlayStation blog. The goal was to bring the very best out of both the hardware and our game to make Night City shine as brightly as possible. They said that Cyberpunk 2077's Pro update will, of course, support Sony's Spectral Super Resolution, whatever the fuck that is. upscaling tech, as well as ray trace lighting, shadows, and reflections, bringing the lighting even closer to our artistic vision for this world. Expect the neon lights and glowing LEDs and night cities to look even more cyberpunkish than ever, basically. So they're giving them PS5 Pro owners a trio of graphical modes to match their performance, including Ray Tracing Pro, enables all ray tracing enhancements, reflections, ambient oscillation, skylights, shadows, and emissive lighting, targeting 40 frames per second with VRR. There's also performance mode, which focuses on the highest possible frame rate, up to 90 FPS on displays with VRR. A sweet spot between visual and performance with select ray tracing enhancements and its 60 FPS support. So yeah, it's live now. Went live on the 8th. So if you have a PlayStation Pro and you play Cyberpunk, hey, go ahead and download that brand new patch so you can get that brand new visual fidelity. I do need to play through this game one more time, especially now that I got a PC. I gotta play through this shit on PC. That'll probably come way later. I just wrapped it up like a year or two ago, replaying it again. So maybe when we get more news on this Cyberpunk sequel, I'll probably do my first PC playthrough of it. All right, next up, Double Dragon and River City creator Yoshihisa Kishimoto passes away at 64. Inspired by his own troublemaking youth, Kishimoto's arcade hit Renegades defined video game beat-em-ups. Confirmed by both Famitsu Magazine and biographer Florent Gorgas, game developer Yoshihisa has passed away at 64. Kishimoto's bare-knuckle influence on gaming is far longer than an outstretched punch. The arcade hit this, which was released in the US as Renegades, not only spun into two everlasting series, but defined video game beatdowns as we know them. Kishimoto began his career at Data East, working on Laserdisc responses to the Dragon's Lair, like Roll Blasters and Cobra Commander. Speaking to Polygon about the history of Double Dragon, Kishimoto said the intense, useful emotions fueled the creative drive behind those games. Quote, "There was a girl and she dumped me," he told Polygon, which pulled the trigger. He channeled those feelings into a new game in 1986's Renegade, a blend of Bruce Lee's ultra-popular movie Enter the Dragon and elements of his own rebellious youth. Following protagonist Kunio-kun, Kishimoto self-insert, you pummel local what? No good nicks? What the fuck? I've never heard this word before. To protect your best buddy. It wasn't the first beat 'em up, but the player's ability to maneuver around the isometric space and choose different paths added the scrolling ingredient that would usher in the genre into arcade royalty. When it was localized to worldwide markets, the controversial high school delinquent angle was dropped for a more reactionary urban bedlam look, and the game was retitled Renegade. This cultural split happened to birth not only one, but two legendary series, Double Dragon and River City Ransom. I know Double Dragon. Let's go. It became a hit, became their mascot. The next game to leave Japan was Downtown, better known as River City Ransom. It added a spry, wispy, whip-fast combat and RPG elements. He revisited throughout his career. In 1994's River City Girls Zero and the Super Famicom. In 2019, Stay Cool, a River City Ransom story. Kishimoto's attention was more focused on what would become Double Dragon. Originally envisioned as a third brawler entry into the saga, development leaned towards something resembling the international versions of Renegade. Instead of Kunio and Riki, the game now starred characters twin brothers Billy and Jimmy Lee, rescuing girlfriends from mystical mutant gangs in the post-apocalyptic wastelands. Double Dragon was Kishimoto's biggest hit, generating heaps of sequels, ports, remakes, crossovers, fan games, and even an animated series, of which I was a big fan. I had this shit on VHS when I was a kid. I remember I took it to, it was called Head Start, which is basically like a mix of like daycare and preschool. I believe. I remember I took that motherfucker there to watch for movie day and left it, and I was fucking devastated, and I never got that bitch back. A really weird movie starring Mark Damascus, Alyssa Milano, and Robert Patrick. A game based on the really weird movie starring the same people. Like River City Ransom, Kishimoto will regularly revisit the Double Dragon as director or producer. Even a recently 2017's Double Dragon 4. Kishimoto leaves behind a staggering legacy, not just in brawling games like Streets of Rage and Konami's Ninja Turtle run, but through a very clear influence on Street Fighter's urban brawls and on fighting games at large. The semi-autobiographical Renegades fashion into two distinctive and beloved franchises, and those little echoes of Kishimoto continue the fight. And then the director of River City Ransom passed away in 2022 as well. So hey, rest in peace to Kishimoto. Oh, we got some news on Marathon, as Marathon's development budget is over $200 million, says the new report, which is fucking crazy if that's true. Bungie's Extraction shooter has been available for just over a month. It can be played on the PS5, Xbox, and PC. Information regarding the game's budget comes from a new report from Paul Tsai. The report reveals that the game's budget is likely over $250 million, excluding maintenance costs and upcoming content. Whew. The Forbes article also states that the majority of the game's player base resides on Steam, no surprise, which reports indicate that 70% of players are on PC. Reportedly, the average playtime on Steam was 28 hours, with 22% of players spending more than 50 hours. About 70% of players have racked up more than 100 hours. Currently, the game has a concurrent player count of around 20,000, down from its all-time peak of 88,000. This peak itself is down from the 143 during the free Service Slam event. Again, all that shit is no surprise. One, all these people joined because it was free. I was one of them. The barrier for entry was very low. It was free. And then of course the game is going to peter off from launch. That's just a natural thing of games. Additionally, the game is 77th in daily active users on Steam as of this writing. And it's funny because Marathon is definitely more of a hardcore shooter than most games. Like if you compare it to, like, of course, the big competition, Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders, I believe, is a bit more of a casual game. Marathon is a lot more hardcore, and there's a lot of lore you gotta search for within there. I think Arc Raiders might be slightly the same there, but yeah, I believe Marathon is definitely a little bit more hardcore, which already means it's going to be more of a it's already going to be niche within the fact that it's already niche because it's an extraction shooter. As concerns arise that Marathon could become yet another live service game with a short lifespan, Bungie has stated that they plan to support the game for many years. We are in it for the long haul with Marathon. We look forward to many years of steady improvements in every aspect of the game. Thank you for taking the journey with us. Again, it's like, it can survive because it seems like it's clearly found its core audience. Like 20,000 players is not a bad thing. It's clearly found its core audience, and that's the most important thing. The issue is if this budget actually is $250 million, you know how much fucking money this game has to generate to start actually making fucking revenue? It's a fucking lot. And again, it's not really a casual extraction shooter, which means you are going to get a lot of whales on here, which are people who are going to spend a lot of fucking money buying the additional content, the skins and shit. So again, like, this could be a problem, but again, I don't think it's going to be a problem because of the quality of the game. It's going to be a problem because the fucking budget is so goddamn inflated. It's going to have to do a lot to actually start producing revenue. Music gets like how they're, yeah, we already know. So yeah, if the fucking budget 250 mil, that's fucking crazy. So yeah, so there's your Marathon update. All right, next up, a new Borderlands game just dropped and it's free. A new Borderlands downloadable content drop in March. No one expected a new game announcement. However, Gearbox Software isn't behind this title. Zynga is. Yes, the who's this? What was it? I was like, why is it like it's just a fucking image? An American video game developer best known for social video game services. Okay, what do they do? They are under Take-Two, so that makes sense. Their primary focus is on all mobile and social networking platforms. Oh, it's a mobile game. The latest Borderlands is a mobile game. The good news is that Borderlands Mobile looks pretty true to its cel-shaded source. The things you'd expect from Borderlands game, vaults, skags, clap traps, it's all there. Critically, Borderlands Mobile is still a co-op experience where you hunt down increasingly powerful guns alongside your friends. The gameplay has been optimized for mobile touchscreens, and you can use accessories like the Backbone controller to aim with real buttons. There's only one playable character at the moment, though eventually there will be 4 vault hunters in total. Okay, I actually have some gameplay for this shit. Hold on.
Power. Speed. Performance.
They laugh in the face of certain doom. This is the tale of those beautiful idiots fighting corporate greed while stuffing their pockets with loot. What did you expect them to do it for free? The intoxicating allure of power, glory, and secret alien treasure.
Like some special gameplay. Oh, here we go. Oh, nope. Just
Whether
what I thought.
you're a professional.
Alright, whatever. I ain't going through these fucking ads. I'm generally shocked when I play a role on Reddit in a thread full of surprise fans. Just loaded in. It's actually Borderlands, not some gimmick. So apparently it seems that might be actually pretty good for a mobile game. But hey, so if you're interested in some Borderlands, more Borderlands, there you go. Question is, will it run better than 4 ran? Is Randy Pitchford gonna come out and say, well, maybe you motherfuckers should upgrade your phones? The game appears to be exclusively to Apple devices in the US for the time being and will presumably launch in the rest of the world at some point. Some fans report that they are having trouble finding Borderlands Mobile on the App Store, but you can check it out directly here. So there you go. Borderlands Mobile. Your Vault Launcher, your legend. So there you go. There's a mobile Borderlands game. Kind of crazy. All right. Next up. The dev behind busted GTA like Steam release puts out an apology letter. Samson's first post-launch update arrives on Friday, so it's already out. It should fix a lot of issues, says the game creative director. Earlier today, open world game Samson arrived on Steam to mixed reviews and a lot of complaints about bugs and broken animations. In response, the game's creative director, Christopher Sudberg, published a letter apologizing to players and promising that improvements and fixes were coming. Launched on April 8th, Samson is an ambitious yet messy open-world action game focused on gritty melee encounters and heavy-feeling car combat. As I explained in my review, Samson has some neat ideas in it, but it's a slog to play due to some bad design choices, optimization issues, and lots of bugs and glitches. And Sudenberg, who's also a co-founder of the studio behind the low-rated game, agrees with this assessment, explaining it in an open letter on Steam that Samson lost it in a state is unacceptable. Damn, being for ass. Damn. Damn. They sent that boy to that upper room. Pussy. Early impressions are mixed, and many of you are experiencing game-breaking bugs and performance issues, said Suddenberg, who previously helped create the Just Cause franchise. That's unacceptable, and we are listening to everyone's feedback and are hard at work to deliver the game we spent years of our lives developing. Launching the game is a ton of work, and I'm proud of the effort our team put into seeing Samson in its initial concept through release. We are committed to the future. Both Samson and Timothy Dalton, and this game will grow over time on all fronts, quality gameplay and content. Thank you all for supporting us and sticking with us this super exciting launch day. We will continue to keep our ear on the ground and improve the game. Interestingly, Sonnenberg mentions that Steam releasing the game and all of its flaws for a number of reasons, but doesn't elaborate on. He said what? Oh shit, he T-posed up. And this nigga stuck on the other side of a car. They're just jigging with each other. And now the nigga can't fight. He's stuck there. What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Oh my god. Well, okay, so interestingly, he mentioned that the team released the game with all of its flaws for a number of reasons. What the fuck? So like I said, we intentionally released this. We intentionally released it as a broken piece of shit. The first step to fixing up Samson is the planned patch that is set to land on Friday, which will hopefully improve some performance issues, fix crashes, make sure some missions don't break, and add fall damage to NPCs. So if they fall into an area you can't reach but don't need to kill them, they'll die and not get stuck out of reach. Sound like he went through some problems. But the work doesn't stop there, promises Soderbergh. Samson is here to stay. We are not moving anywhere. Here's what we are continuing to do as we move forward. Continue to squash performance-related issues, improve gameplay-related issues, fix animated-related issues that get you pop. These motherfuckers released a fucking early access game. These motherfuckers released a beta. Full price. Well, not full. I think the game's only like $20. These motherfuckers released a $20 early access beta game for a number of reasons. I'm not sure if these fixes and tweaks will be enough to make Samson a good game. It has bigger problems beyond the bugs, cooking combat, but with enough updates, Samson could end up becoming less janky to play and will be nice for GTA fans intrigued by Samson fans in the gritty street level crime. Oh, thank you, T-Mobile. Thank you for letting me know my fucking bill is due. Like, what the fuck? Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me know a damn month in advance that my bill is due. Thank you, T-Mobile. All right, but yeah, that's Samson. But yeah, I've seen some gameplay. I've heard about everything. I wasn't interested in this game at all anyway. I didn't even know it was releasing this damn soon. But yeah, it's here. It's a mess. So if you had any interest in it, wait for some patches. Wait till you hear a little bit better. Maybe even wait for a damn sale. So there you go. Next up, Quantic Dream's Star Wars Eclipse is reportedly still years off. There are a lot of promising Star Wars video games on the horizon, from Zero Company to Fate of the Old Republic, but it's been years since we've gotten solid updates on some of them. Perhaps the most notable is Star Wars Eclipse. An action game from Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain developers at Quantic Dream. Despite being announced at the Game Awards just over 4 years ago, we've gotten minimal updates and have yet to see gameplay. I always talk about this. Motherfuckers release info about these games too fucking early. If your game is not, if you know your game ain't gonna be ready to ship within the next 1 to 3 years, don't fucking announce it. Please. I'm sick of this shit. Just like we just had, what the fuck, there was another game that just got talked about, and it like, this shit ain't gonna be ready till like 2030. Damn, I forgot, it was just revealed at the Game Awards. It's not Divinity. Yeah, this is it. It's literally the other Star Wars game they mentioned. Fate of the Old Republic. That's the game. Yeah, by Casey Hudson, the director from Mass Effect. They're like, yeah, this Fate. They was like, yeah, okay, this game might not be ready. This game might not be ready till like the fucking 2030s. And so I'm like, bruh, please stop announcing these games too fucking early. If this shit ain't gonna ship within the next 3 years, don't fucking announce it, please. Just like Mass Effect. It's been like, what, 5 years since they announced they were doing Mass Effect 5? And that shit still ain't nowhere near being ready to be done. Stop announcing these damn games too early. Unfortunately, yesterday, Insider Gaming published a report that we'll be waiting a while longer. First mentioned on the Insider Gaming Weekly podcast and later written in the article, the outlet claims that they to have made development on Star Wars Eclipse, and it's going very slow. Going. With developers spending months working and making little progress. The source went on to say that at this stage, the long-term outlook is less driven by creative capabilities and more by financial viability. They running out of money. Should Spellcasters fail commercially, NetEase is expected to... They just dropped a lot of info that was new to me in this one sentence. I didn't know this shit was NetEase. Spellcasters, what the fuck is this? Its commitment to the studio and could opt out to further... Spellcaster Chronicles? Is that what they're talking about? Early access. intense 3v3 action strategy battle, summon hundreds of creatures, cast devastating spells, and call upon the might of titans to rise. I guess, yeah, okay, it's Quantum Dream. This is what we're talking about. I love me the psycho baddies. Yes, an early access game. So what, they needed this so they needed this game to work to get more money for this game? Should spellcasters fail commercially, NetEase is expected to reevaluate its commitment to the studio and could opt out to discontinue further investment. So they're saying, if this game don't work, we're gonna have to rethink and keep giving Quantic Dreams money. Okay. Since it was acquired by NetEase in 2022, I did not know that. Quantic Dreams hasn't released any games other than and if we don't, and we know NetEase is about their fucking money. We know NetEase is about their fucking money. So they bought Quantic Dream in 2022, nearly 4 years ago, and they have not released anything since, which means they aren't making any revenue. But they're still footing the bill for this Star Wars Eclipse game. And the only thing they released is a Spellcasters Chronicles, recently revealed free-to-play multiplayer game that's currently in early access. It was a surprising announcement from the typically single-player focused studio, and currently has mixed reviews on Steam. Yeah, I've seen that. So there's that too. So you know what? This might be a financial issue. This is just me throwing out theories. Nothing here is official. This is me saying shit. So this financial issue could come by way from the fact that when NetEase bought Quantic Dream, again, NetEase is about their money. They will monetize the fuck out of shit. When NetEase bought them, they were probably like, hey, okay, first thing we got to do is y'all got to start making us some damn money. Maybe NetEase had them do this Spellcasters Chronicles game. So it's like, all right, so the first thing we want y'all to do in order for y'all to make money and for us to actually make us money and money we could use to actually continue to fund what y'all want to do, y'all got to give us something that's going to print money for us. So like, we need y'all to do this multiplayer online live service game so we can actually start raking in some money here. So they did it, and maybe Quantic Dream, who again, they mostly do single player games. Heavy Rain, what's the other one? They just added up here. Detroit Become Human. They mostly do single player games. Single player, also very niche single player games too. Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain are very niche. They're single player games, but they're very little, like, it's basically you just watching these cinematic movies unfold, but very slight, small moments of actually you interacting and playing it. So I'm guessing they had to do the multiplayer game. Quantic Dreams kind of didn't really want to do it, so there was this immediate friction between the two. And because of that, NetEase tried to say, "Hey, okay, so look, if y'all don't want to do this game, we make y'all do this game. But if it don't make money, we don't know what we're gonna do about this other game y'all doing. If y'all want to keep making this money, if y'all want us to keep giving y'all money so y'all can make this Star Wars game, y'all need to make a game that's going to make us money." So it was like, so if this game don't work, we don't know if we're gonna continue to fund y'all. So they made this Spellcasters Chronicles. Unfortunately, it seemed like it ain't taking off the way it is, and because it ain't taking off the way they probably wanted it and needed it to take off, now they're going back and like, okay, well, now we need to really look at if we want to keep giving these people money. If they can't make this to make money off of us, what the fuck is a fully single player fucking cutscene heavy, cutscene dialogue heavy video game is gonna make us then? Again, I love Quantum Dreams. I really enjoyed Detroit Become Human. I enjoy Heavy Rain for as fucking cringy as Heavy Rain could be at times. I enjoy Heavy Rain. I really like Detroit Become Human. And of course it's Star Wars. It has a name recognition, but of course these motherfuckers are just like, no, we can't monetize this. So everything is gonna be made from the initial sales. So sell this, but also give us this. And because this, the Spellcaster Chronicles, ain't popping off, it ain't making us no money. Now we gotta think, well, are we gonna get a return of investment from this game that we can't monetize beyond launch? And I think that might be the initial problem. So, not good news for Quantic Dreams and Star Wars Eclipse. Of course, if we get any updates on that, we'll go ahead and talk about it. All right, and next up, Rockstar Games says it turned out it's been hacked again. Team behind it threatens a massive data leak if not paid a ransom. A well-known hacking group, Shiny Hunters, claim they've breached the GTA 6 developers' cloud servers. More bad news for Rockstar Games. This time, established hacker group Shiny Hunters is claiming they have breached the company's secure cloud towers and now claim to have their hands on a large collection of data. The group wants a digital ransom to be paid by April 14th, or it will reportedly leak what it has. There's a bit of an update from yesterday. 11:45 a.m., Rockstar confirms that a data breach has happened. Spokesperson sent over this statement. Quote, "We can confirm that a limited amount of non-material company information was accessed in connection with a third-party data breach. The incident has no impact on our organization or our players." The story continues below. As reported by cybersec guru and HackRed, on April 11th, the hacker group posted on its dark website dedicated to leaks that it had gained access to Rockstar's Snowflake servers, a cloud hosting company and provider that works with many large companies. Here's the message they put. Quote, "Rockstar Games, your Snowflake instances were compromised thanks to Anodot.com. Payer leak. This is a final warning to reach out by April 14th, 2026 before we leak, along with several annoying digital problems that'll come your way. Make the right decision. Don't be the next headline." Bruh, can I just say, why these motherfuckers hacking Rockstar? Nigga, do some real shit for the country. Hack the FBI. Hack them unedited Epstein files, niggas. Like, be real about it. If y'all gonna hack some shit, hack the fucking FBI. Hack the Pentagon. Release the motherfucking Epstein files. Release them photos of them two niggas being buddy all the time. Fuck all this shit, bro. Like, there's real shit going on in this world right now, nigga. Hack that shit. Release all the info of these fucking ICE niggas. Release all that shit, nigga. Fucking hacking Rockstar, nigga. What the fuck? The hackers didn't actually crack Snowflake security, however. Instead, it's reported that the group gained access to the data via Anodot, a cloud cost monitoring and analysis. This is fucking nerdy ass data tech talk. It recently reported that Anodot has suffered a security breach, possibly providing a path for Shiny Hunters to gain access to the secure Snowflake data. The method the group used allegedly would be looked legit to Rockstar, meaning the group likely has a lot of data on its hands now. Shiny Hunters hasn't publicly stated what the data or the files they have access to and could leak. Those believe they don't have access to passwords or personal player data. Instead, this hack was focused on corporate information and assets, which could indicate contracts, financial documents, marketing plans, and other data that Rockstar Games would likely not want publicly shared online in a few days. The Shiny Hunters have been around since 2020 and typically go after large companies. Past targets include Microsoft, Ticketmaster, Cisco, AT&T, and Wattpad. They try to ransom data or sell it. If the group is claiming to have breached Rockstar and stolen data, they likely aren't bluffing. In 2022, Rockstar Games suffered an infamous hack, yeah, that's why I say it again, that led to early GTA gameplay footage and assets being leaked online. That hack was pulled off by a teenager who was able to gain access to the company's Slack chat service. The UK team was later sentenced to life in a hospital prison and will only be released in the future if doctors decide he's no longer a danger to others. God damn. So there you go. The GTA 6 fucking story gets even fucking crazier as Rockstar gets hacked again. This is wild. But hey, if any, they most likely never will. But hey, Shiny Hunters, if y'all ever see this, please, I'm begging y'all. Try y'all hand at the Epstein files, man. Do something that will be such a massive and great service for the fucking country right now. Release those fucking unedited Epstein files, man. Please. Please, I'm begging you, man. Please. All right, next up. Xbox is considering ending day one Call of Duty games on Game Pass. I'm sorry, it's been like 6 hours doing these 3 videos back to back. My mind is my mouth a little mush right now. Access to new Call of Duty game on day one via Game Pass may not occur in the future. In 2023, Microsoft completed the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, the publisher of the Call of Duty franchise, and beginning in 2024, games from the franchise began joining the Game Pass lineup. The most recent 2 games in the franchise, Black Ops 6 and 7, were available day one. In 2024, Christopher Drigg of GameIndustry.biz told the BBC that COD games on Xbox Game Pass will be the biggest test for subscription models in gaming. Because if Call of Duty can't move the needle in terms of subscriber numbers, probably nothing will. Now, new information suggests that the test results are in. It was a fucking failure. During a recent live stream, Jez Quarter mentioned that he heard of the possibility that Xbox may remove Call of Duty from Game Pass as a day and date launch this year. Xbox is going to massive shakeup and regime change following Asa Sharma's appointment as CEO of Microsoft Gaming in the wake of Phil Spencer's retirement. Quote, if they take Call of Duty out of Game Pass this year, which is a possibility from what I've heard, I think it'll kind of reveal some of the cracks in the strategy. Possibly, but I don't know. Corden also discussed how, in his view, the integration of COD into Game Pass could have hurt the franchise. I think they just kind of missed first of all, I'll just say, I think they just kind of missed the bail. I don't think Call of Duty is as much of an in-demand, I have to have kind of game anymore. Granted, your average ball and gamers are still going, your ball and gun gamers are going to do it, but your average ball and gun gamer is not checking out fucking Xbox Game Pass too much nowadays. Especially after they had that fucking price hike. And then also, the Xbox consoles aren't selling too much either. But let's say, quote, Call of Duty is going to vacuum up a lot of that revenue, which kind of eats into how much money you've got month over month to actually get new content. And you need new content to prevent churn. Even in an off year, Call of Duty is so big that it sort of harms Game Pass. But at the same time, the idea that you don't have to buy Call of Duty and kind of get it cheaper kind of also hurts Call of Duty in reverse. Yeah, that's true. You're paying so much for Call of Duty to go on the Game Pass day one. You kind of don't leave room for a lot of other things. And then 2, because it's coming out on Game Pass, motherfuckers will literally just maybe even pay just for 1 month of Game Pass, and it's hurting Call of Duty sales. But like I said, I just don't think Call of Duty is that much of a needle mover too much nowadays. It's a very old franchise. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. At least I have not really fucked with Call of Duty too much. So yeah, Call of Duty on Game Pass might be ending. And also the Game Pass price hike too. That ain't helping either. All right, and our final story: failed MMO Ashes of Creation. Ashes of Creation's $3.2 million in Kickstarter funds allegedly spent on private chefs and trading cards. A report by Nephis QS purposes that Intrepid Studios CEO spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in Kickstarter funds to fuel his lavish lifestyle. This is why I do not fuck with Kickstarter campaigns. The investors behind Ashes of Creation, the now defunct MMORPG developed by Intrepid Studios, raised $3.2 million on Kickstarter, have been embroiled in a messy and very public legal battle following the game's removal from Steam in February. The ensuing back and forth between former CEO Steven Scharf and the studio's board has made the veracity of both sides' claim difficult to verify. Did we discover that the fucking board of directors actually just this nigga? But following an extremely detailed report published by the YouTube channel Nephis QS on April 11th, we may now be a step closer to finally knowing the truth. Their latest report claims to, quote, have obtained and processed the entire Intrepid Studios general ledger from 2015 to 2026, which they state paints a troubling picture of a company that was on the threshold of financial death at multiple points in its history. To refer to the contents of the general ledger they published in their report as troubling seems like a pretty huge understatement, as the alleged info states that Sheriff and his husband, John Moore, used the Ashes of Creation budget to fund their extremely lavish lifestyle. If you're interested in the video, this is it right here. It's called The Entire Ashes of Creation Ledger. Because I never said it's worse than you think. So if you're interested, go ahead and check that out on YouTube. Shout outs to Nephis QS. This includes payments made to a personal chef who, as revealed by a member of the Intrepid Studio staff, worked privately for Sheriff and Moore. $41,717 in payments made to auction sites for Sturka Curios, a $421 payment to a luxury cigar retailer, and tens of thousands of dollars worth of payments to different table card game and miniature figurine storefronts. These niggas are spent the shit on private chefs, cigars, and fucking cars and miniatures. Wow. However, arguably the most concerning allegation in this general ledger concerns a company named Gore Oil, which that sounds like the most fucking Saturday morning cartoon villain company I've ever fucking heard. Oh boy. Which Memphis States received $81,000. Gore Oil Company was the deed owner of Stephen Sheriff and John Moore's San Diego mansion, which was sold to the couple on April 11th in 2020 for $4.9 million. So they gave him some money like under the table? Since the new video went live, someone is trying to make it go away. Someone has already filed a privacy complaint against this video. Just a heads up, but we will be disputing it. Nephis wrote in the comments on YouTube. Oh shit, hold on, let me see.
21 down.
Okay, it's still up right now. It's still up for right now. And this story was the story a while ago? How long was the story up? This is the 12th. So this came out today. So this video's still up. I'm gonna have to watch this a long time too. Nevis wrote in the comments on YouTube, someone has also reported my Reddit account for our community subreddit to the admins. The last time I heard from Intrepid Studios' former CEO Stephen Sheriff was on March 6th when he posted his Victory Life statement on Asterisk Communications' official Discord, following his first legal victory over Intrepid's board of directors in the U.S. District Courts of Southern California. Well, technically, that wasn't the last time. He also posted an emoji of a flexing arm on March 19th in the same server. Since then, he's remained quiet, which lines up with his statement on March 6th. They will only defend themselves in court where the facts matter and where evidence will determine the outcome. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check this out too. So they spend money on a private chef, a bunch of auction sites, just buying random shit, cigars, and then table card games and miniatures, and then they also gave some money to a company called Gore Oil, who, by the way, owns the deed to their mansion. So yeah, crazy shit. And remember, this thing launched and then immediately shut down with like on some fake game shit, and they walked away with all of the Kickstarter money. So yeah, hey, this is why I'm telling y'all need to be careful with this Kickstarter shit, man. A lot of this shit going around. But anyway, that is it for our news story for that, which means it's time to get into some video game trailers. I got quite a bit. I got like 13, but that's the thing about video game trailers, is that they're all pretty fucking short. So I do a little bit more than what I usually do. Did I add? I did add on that one game, didn't I? Yeah, Thick as Thieves. There it is. I still want Stars to be last. We'll move Samson up too, since we just talked about it. Shame shit. Hold that a second. All right, so we're gonna kick things off with what's this game called? Vasca. It's a cat. I don't fucking know.
$10 for a large.
It's only video game trailers, bruh. Only video game trailers that fucking monetize these damn trailer videos. It's a cat in a forest as opposed to a city, like Stray. It's a side-scrolling platformer with a cat. Not for me, but you know. host their own thing. Oh shit, it's fucking Two-Toed Tom from South of Midnight. Alright, next up we've got another fucking ad. Look at that, guys. Only with video games. Only with the video game trailers. There's Samson, the Lost trailer.
Good people. I know that.
As we just talked about.
You think we're going to hell? For the things we've done?
They want
Dope
their
name for a
money, and
studio,
if they
though. I
don't
will
get
admit
it,
that.
I'm finished. They're gonna shoot me in the back of the head and dump me in the river.
Hindleston. The fuck happened to this city?
I can't believe you made it out of that shithole.
It's some designer crap. It's killing us.
No, it's the other outfits pushing it that are killing us.
All cities high on White Whisper. The city's sick.
I pray that that vile drug would be taken off our streets.
Half the things I do to keep this organization running, Carter doesn't like.
There's so many of us just up and disappearing. This shit is getting weird.
True power must remain unbridled. It's a shame dinosaurs like your boss can't see that.
Fuck you, Carter!
The only thing for people like me is to keep going.
I thought his name was Samson. Who's Carter?
Keep grinding. Keep doing the work.
That's the message to the studio. You gotta keep grinding, keep doing the work, because your game's broken as shit. All right, Karen, On the Trail, Deepwater. This game already has a damn DLC. This was on my list for games I was interested in that came out this year. I just have not found any time, so we might have to pick this up on a Steam sale sometime later down the road. But I am still interested in playing this. Oh, it's a free DLC too. Coming this summer. There you go. What's this? Oh, some Exodus gameplay. This is what I'm excited for. By the way, motherfucking 2026 is 2026 gonna be the year the sci-fi games make a comeback. Exodus and The Expanse all dropping in that same year. This is fun. But yeah, here's the Exodus gameplay. I bet they only be making these like a minute fucking long. Freeze the damn lava. Like making like barriers and like earth and shit from the little gauntlet. Steady gameplay this summer. Oh, that's why they keep teasing shit. We got a more of a showcase coming later in the summer. Very excited for this game. Very excited for this game. Doesn't drop till next year though. Very sad. Next up we've got another fucking ad for Papa John's. Big sweaty Papa John's. Analos. That's kind of what it says. Analos. Analos, I think it's what I'm gonna keep saying analos.
Scars are nothing but marks of survival. like a hyena, wandering the wilderness. What do I see? Where do I belong? I meditated on the concerns, but found no solution. I squeezed in this dilemma, full of
I like everything is like slightly sped up.
I contemplated deeply delving further into confusion. I softly soothed my scars, longing for protection. Like a hyena, binding toughly to the herd. Are there more risks and betrayals to suffer? And betrayals to suffer.
I have no idea what the fuck I just watched. Analus coming soon.
Rated everyone.
Shut up. I gotta read that bit of that shit.
The April 15th text.
Let's see. It's a free-to-play, turn-based tactical RPG developed by Nirvana. Assume the position of the head of a mercenary regiment to collect resources, make use of weapons, and escape the loop one battle at a time. PC and mobile. It's a fucking gotcha game.
Rated everyone.
We were here tomorrow.
We have an experimental reactor, and I really do think the whole thing might implode. And that's where you come in. Now, I don't want you to get overexcited, but there are rifts that cut through time itself. Stabilize one of those, and you could pop back to your own time. And while helping yourselves, you could perhaps fix a few teensy little problems for me too.
Hey, again.
Logic thanks you for your
Shouts out to
service.
Haze Life for making the co-op puzzle games a massive thing right now. Shout out to them. Let's see. A retro futuristic gameplay. Two explorers puzzling their way through Norkic, a mysterious facility filled with new tech and an unraveling truth. To solve these asymmetrical puzzles, communication and cooperation are essential. Gonna PC and PS5.
PlayStation.
Mouse Detective. Mouse PI for hire.
Welcome to the trap, mouse.
Welcome to the trap house, boy.
What a crappy. Some falls don't begin in the sky.
So we plant a few bombs, watch the canisters go boom.
Mine started a few weeks back. The sky was just the exit wound.
Hey, watch.
Welcome to public transit, bub.
It didn't seem like much at first. Wasn't even sure it was a case.
What you need is a big one. And this, Mr. Pepper, is the big one.
But I won't die, right? What? Something within me. I don't know, old instinct maybe. Said turn back.
Get some solid evidence, and we'll get to the bottom of this in no time.
Tammy, ain't you a sight for sore eyes?
Don't go count your mice just yet.
Did that just say James Gunn? Like a Tommy gun?
Tammy, ain't you a sight for sore eyes?
It did.
Don't go count your mice just yet. They're coming. Just shut up and
Always drink. He ate the spinach.
This case was more trouble
Cool. You got a
than it
little
was
mystery to
worth.
solve. I'm always a fan of a good mystery.
But, well, trouble is what I do. Okay. This must be some kind of
Thursday.
foreign film.
Nice. Launching across PC, PS5, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch 2 on April 16th. There you go. So it ain't out yet. It's coming out pretty soon. It's coming out Thursday. So there you go. Next up, Overwatch debuted a brand new hero for season 2 of the reboot rebrand. Sierra.
You're up, Dorothy. Don't count me out. Quake on the way. Better, faster, stronger. Don't count me out. Sierra reporting. Target marked. We get it, girl. You got rockets. Anchors out.
Alright, it's clearly a DPS.
Hold that spot, Dorothy.
Some mobility.
No disrespect. Take care now. Locking on. Drone deployed. Shredder incoming. Keep them coming, baby. Eyes on the sky. Have a good one. Bless your heart.
I know the cat can just fly up. It's on a jetpack.
Always climb. Never fall.
There you go. The new character, Sierra. What if I had a thing on the side? Watchpoint Grand Mesa's head of security is ready to take the fight directly to Talon. With her a Helix rifle in one hand and her anchor drone Dorothy in the other, Sierra brings her fifth set of skills to each team fight and is always ready to make the point no matter the obstacle. All right. And next up, we've got
Minnesota Gold.
Minnesota.
Big banks want to stick you with extra fees.
What the fuck is this? Agefield High School. Oh yeah, the high school fucking game. See exactly what your Circle 2002 high school day will be like in this gameplay overview of Agefield High. Rock the School. Upcoming bully influenced open world coming of age high school game.
Hi, Rock the School, a coming of age adventure game about friendship, love, and maybe a little rebellion, inspired by the raunchy teen comedies of the early 2000s. You play as Sam, who just moved to Agefield with his nagging mom and annoying sister.
Good college, great job, happy family.
I don't want a fucking job. I want a man with money.
At Agefield High, join forces with Kale and Axel, and together try to pull off their
early 2000 raunchy frat boy comedies. Nigga, that was like some of the worst times in movies, bro.
School plan to become the biggest legends the school's ever seen.
And most importantly, get the girl and rock the prom.
But
like I understand a lot of them like became classics, like American Pie, Old School, all those became classics, but like every other one, and then how it kind of bled into all the other, how the comedy had to be for every other movie.
Weekdays you have to be in school till the afternoon. Yeah, Agefield High features a complex time and school system with different lesson types like English, math, geography, German, and music.
I'm just not used to country life yet.
Do you think we're some kind of dumb hillbillies or rednecks?
Students arrive by bus in the morning and follow their daily routine. You can skip class, but then you'll have to hide from the authorities in town, or just cause chaos.
Hey, he's stealing my liquor!
The story missions become available after school, where Kale, Axel, and Sam work on their dream to leave their marks as legends. From awkward attempts at impressing girls,
can show you that I am a real man.
Fighting dickhead jocks.
Not in my town.
And even Satanists, leading to the big question.
I am the hottest girl at school.
Which girl do you ask to prom?
Got rolled.
Agefield High features 32 main missions and 15 mini missions, capturing the ridiculousness of early 2000s teen comedies.
Are you having your happy time?
The open world of Agefield is free to explore, featuring the school campus, neighborhoods, town center, and countryside. After Sam's parents split and his mom struggles to make ends meet, with no car of his own, he has to navigate Agefield solo. So you might want to check out Mike's bike shop and get some wheels. Don't forget some new fresh clothes and maybe even a tattoo. Just don't tell Mom.
Did you get into a fight?
Complete some mini missions to make bank on the side.
We have to buy a Play With magazine so I can sell the pictures in it to my friends 10 times the original price.
Don't let your guard down around town or even the countryside. The jocks could be anywhere. Sam isn't a bully, but he knows how to crack a few skulls. He can throw some punches, deal some leg kicks, and shove them to break their defense.
Deal some
Don't forget
leg
the block.
kicks.
And the graffiti.
What the fuck else are you kicking with?
Or what?
And keep an eye out for collectibles. Agefield is soaked in a pop-punk soundtrack, vibrant colors, and a springtime setting, hiding the negativity of all the soulless adults in town.
I can't be the father.
Return to the early 2000s and experience the rebellious energy of Agefield High. Rock the school. Wishlist now on Steam.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, this shit looks kind of trash. It looked like it has like some spirit to it, but I don't like that animation. Like this is the fucking Samson, but for bully. That's exactly what this seems like. Oh shit. A bully, not another American Pie movie game. That's exactly what it was. Like, oh my god. Whatever, I guess. Next. I've never heard of this 3-on-3 freestyle. I didn't. Is this an announcement? Where you get that from? This music kind of sucks. It does not match. What the fuck is this? A new era begins in 3-on-3 freestyle, introducing My Career Mode, where you can build your own story, rise through the ranks, and create your legacy on the court. Y'all see the fucking animation glitch of the shorts. Is this an old game? Take control of your journey and prove you have what it takes to become a true street basketball legend. Experience the game like never before, with lumen lighting delivering visual, enhanced visuals, deeper immersion, and more realistic gameplay. Is this new? This is old. What is it? 3v3 freestyle. This is a fucking DLC. Is this game new? What the fuck? It's an online game, 3-on-3 freestyle. This has been out since 2016. What the fuck? They're on 3 freestyle rebound. This is a whole new game? It's a whole new fucking thing? It's still the same shit. I've never heard of this, but whatever. I'm not interested. That shit didn't look good. All right, and next up we've got The Thickest Thieves.
Now we gotta go help people customize.
What's our last one? No, we still got Dead at Disco and Sorrows. So this is the new gameplay preview when they switch to single player and co-op. Thieves Into the Shadows, May 20th. You know what? Maybe they noticed that the fact that it's that co-op actually it seems to be a bit more fun. Like it's more fun to pull off these heists working together as opposed to competing against one another. Maybe that just came down to it. From the creators of Deus Ex and Thieves, Thieves is a stealth action game, heist built for solo and co-op. Quick replayable missions demand precision and nerve. Slip past guard, cut the lights, and vanish before anyone knows you are there. So yeah, there you go. All right, next up we've got Dead is Disco.
$10 for a large.
Or we got Pizza Hut. Anybody see the Pizza Hut? Dead as Disco. This shit looks pretty dope. That's just go early access May 5th. This is really cool. Martial arts meets music in disco as dead. Dead as disco. Oh man, I need a break. A neon drenched beat 'em up where every punch, kick, and combo sings to the music. Play as Charlie Disco, a fallen icon with one chance to reclaim the spotlight from the idols. Charlie's ex-bandmates and musical legends. Confront the idols in stylish combat and that syncs to every song. That's cool. And survive in a world torn apart by music, fame, betrayal. Dead as Disco is available for early access via PC on May 5th. Dead as Disco's music transcends boundaries. Rock out to our humor-safe original soundtrack or beat down to licensed bangers past and present. Not enough? Then bring your own killer tracks to the party with My Music. Convert any song. Oh shit! Wait. Convert any song in your music library into new game content quickly and easily. You can put your own music in this bitch. That's dope. It kind of sounds like I was gonna say it kind of reminds me of a little bit of whatchamacallit? That one game, Hi-Fi Rush. Oh shit, I'm about to try that out. And finally, we got Sorrows, the preview trailer for Sorrows, the next PS5 exclusive game.
Eyes up, we've got trouble. Find that signal and bring back some good news. On it, Jay. That signal means someone made it here. Let's hope they stay quiet.
I keep coming back.
30. Oh, it comes out at the end of the month.
PlayStation.
The end of the month. So there you go. And that is our last trailer, which means that is it for this edition of News Drop. Thank you all so much for watching. I very much do appreciate it. Your boy is low-key kind of fucking exhausted now. I need a break from reading and talking. So thank you so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Let me know what you think about any of the stories down in the comments below. Are you going to be on the PS5 Pro playing that new Cyberpunk update? The Marathon's fucking budget news surprise you? How do you feel about a brand new Uncharted game? If true, let me know down all that stuff down in the comments below. So of course, until next time, everybody, always remember to stay watching, stay playing, stay awesome, and most importantly, to stay safe out there. Until next time, everybody, deuces.